This is Michael Hale from Red Zone Radio. February 3rd, 2026. 1 year ago today, at 6:17 in the morning, our world ended and somehow began again.
If you're hearing us right now, that means you've got power or a hand crank or a battery you've been saving for something important. I guess this qualifies.
It does. And we're not going to do what some stations used to do on anniversaries. We're not going to dress it up. We're not going to make it pretty. We're going to speak plain. We're going to remember people by name. And we're going to keep you informed. Because even a year later, there's still things out there that don't care what day it is.
We're broadcasting from our new location, not the old studio, not Midtown, and I'm not gonna pretend saying that is easy.
You don't have to pretend. Nobody listening has to pretend today.
The old studio, you all know what happened. Some of you saw it, some of you heard it, some of you were on the phones with us while it was happening, and then you weren't.
We're here now. The walls are thicker. The windows are gone. The doors are reinforced. And I'm saying that out loud because this broadcast is a reminder of what we're working with. We are still working with fragile.
Fragile is a nice word for it.
It is, and it's the truth. Before we do anything else, we need to say the time. It's just after 6. We've been on air for a few minutes, and we're going to keep this hour steady. We're going to keep it human. But at 6:17, we're going to stop. We're going to be quiet. And we're going to let you do what you need to do wherever you are.
Some of you mark the time with a watch. Some of you mark it with your body. Your stomach drops, your hands sweat, your chest tightens like it's happening again.
If you're sitting with kids who were too small to remember, or kids who weren't even born, you can tell them, this is why the grown-ups look out the door before they step outside. This is why we count our supplies. This is why we don't leave candles unattended. This is why we don't walk near the water at night. This is why.
And if you're one of the ones who keeps telling everyone to move on, I want you to listen to yourself today, just for today, because you don't move on from losing the whole world. You just build on top of the broken pieces.
We've got the memorial wall submissions in front of us. Names you sent in the last 2 weeks. Names you've been sending in all year. If you don't hear the name you sent, don't assume we ignored it. We're still sorting, still verifying, still making sure we say them right.
And if you're new to this frequency, if somebody handed you a radio and said, "Here, listen, they tell the truth," this is how we do it. We read names, we give updates, we take your calls when the lines hold. We don't promise what we can't guarantee.
All right. First name, Rachel Monroe, Chicago. Loved cooking for her neighbors. That's what the note says. She fed everybody, even when she had nothing. Rachel Monroe.
Isaac Price, Phoenix. Worked nights. Missed the morning the world ended, and his sister wrote, "Maybe that was mercy." Isaac Price.
Amanda Alvarez, Miami. She was the first one to run toward strangers. Amanda Alvarez.
Devin King, Newark. He kept calling me until the signal died. Devin King.
Robert Sato, Seattle. He fixed radios for people who couldn't pay. Robert Sato.
Naomi Wills, St. Louis. She sang when it got too quiet. Naomi Wells.
Keep sending them, if you can. If you've got a runner who comes through, send it with them. If you've got a relay station that can pass a message, use it. We're not stopping. Not today. Not ever.
Mike, the clock.
I see it. We've got a few minutes before 6:17. In the meantime, we're going to do what we do. Situation update.
Safe zone curfew reminders are in effect tonight across most of the Northeast Corridor zones, Queens, Brooklyn, Jersey pockets, parts of Staten where they can still enforce it. Outside the corridor, we're hearing mixed enforcement. Some places are strict, some places don't have the manpower, some places don't have anything they'd even call rules.
We've got word from a relay out of Pennsylvania that the Philadelphia safe communities are holding their outer checkpoints. That's not a promise, that's a snapshot. And they're asking anybody traveling the turnpikes to avoid bridges that haven't been inspected since last spring.
Midwest updates are still patchy. We got a note that parts of Indianapolis are trying to reconnect power by district. We got a note that parts of Kansas City have expanded water purification. And then we got a note from a runner that says, "Don't go east of the river," with no explanation.
That's still the country we live in. Half information, half warning, and hope in between.
And we need to say something about the dead zones. Because even if you're in a place that's been stable lately, you know somebody who tried to travel, tried to find family, tried to be brave, and didn't come back. There are areas of this country where radios go silent, where road maps don't matter, where you can stand on a hill and see the buildings, and you still don't go.
We call them dead zones because the signal dies, and because people do too. That's not poetry, that's practical.
And there's been talk the last 2 weeks. Talk that some dead zones are shifting. That's all we can responsibly say right now. Shifting. Not expanding, not shrinking. Shifting. Like something moving under a blanket.
We will not speculate beyond what we can confirm. We will not turn trauma into entertainment. But we will not lie to you. If you're traveling, you do it with eyes open.
Mike, it's almost time.
Yeah, it is. For everybody listening, wherever you are, shelter, apartment, basement, bus, guard post, clinic, rooftop. This is it.
If you're alone, you're not alone. If you're with people, hold somebody's hand. If your hands shake, let them. If you cry, let it happen.
6:17. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that with us. I know some people hate silence because silence leaves room for memory. But this hour is for memory.
I can hear my own heartbeat when it's quiet. I hate that.
I know.
And I hate that I still expect to hear it again, like it's coming, like the sky's about to...
Jenny?
Sorry, I'm here.
You don't have to apologize for being human. Not today.
The thing about anniversaries is everybody acts like it's behind us, like the calendar flipped and now it's history. But we live inside it. We eat inside it. We sleep inside it. The fear didn't go away. We just learned to stand up while carrying it.
And a year later, there are still sightings, still protocols, still warnings. We're not going to turn this into a monster hour. We're not doing descriptions, we're not doing stories to scare kids, but we're also not pretending the creatures aren't part of the landscape now.
Creatures. Like that word makes it smaller, like it makes it manageable.
It doesn't. It just lets us say it without feeding panic. You can name something without worshiping it.
You think fear is worship?
I think fear can become a routine, and routine can get people killed.
Okay.
We've got the lines open. If you're calling, be brief. Tell us where you are, what your conditions are, and if you're safe. If you're not safe, don't call. Save the battery. Save the breath.
And if you're calling to argue about what caused the event, don't. Not this hour. This hour is for people.
First call coming in.
I've got it. Caller, you're on red zone. Name and location.
Marcus, Brooklyn Safe Zone, Shelter on Atlantic. I'm listening with a bunch of people. We got the radio up on a shelf so everybody can hear.
Marcus, thank you for calling. How's the shelter this morning?
Cold, same as always. We got the heater going in short bursts, fuel's low. Kids got blankets. We're okay. I wanted to say we made it. Another year.
Another year. That's big.
It feels big, and it feels stupid to say out loud, like you jinx it. Like if you celebrate, something hears you.
I know exactly what you mean.
My kids are still asking when we can go home, and I don't even know what home means anymore. We lived down by Flatbush. That's not even a place you go near, right? Not with the dead zone map the Watchers put up.
Flatbush is still listed as unstable, Marcus. I won't lie to you. Parts of it are quiet some days, and then not quiet. And quiet doesn't always mean safe.
Yeah. The kids don't understand quiet doesn't mean safe. They think if it's quiet, it's okay. They think monsters are loud.
Kids think the world is fair. It's not.
My oldest, he heard the moment of silence just now. He didn't talk, he just sat there. And then he asked me, is that when it started? And I said yes, and he asked, is that when Mom died? And I didn't know what to say.
You tell him the truth, Marcus. The truth is, yes, that's when everything changed. The truth is you loved her. The truth is you're here. The truth is you're doing the work of two people now.
I'm trying.
You're doing it. Trying is doing in this world. Listen to me. Stay inside tonight. Follow protocols. If you hear the Watchers call for lights out, do it fast. If there's movement reports near the water, you keep those kids away from windows.
We do. We got drills. The kids can do the drill better than half the grown-ups now.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard, and also the most impressive.
People in the shelter, they wanted you to tell you thank you for staying on air. Some nights when it's too quiet, we turn you on low just to hear voices. It helps.
Tell them we hear them too. Even when we can't hear them back, we feel it.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Are the dead zones getting bigger? I'm hearing stuff. People are talking. They say some parts of Brooklyn, like farther south, they say the line moved.
We can't confirm a bigger, Marcus. We can confirm there's been inconsistent signal loss in areas that used to hold steady. We can confirm Watchers have reported movement in places that were quiet. That's all I'll say on air. But I'm glad you asked because it means people are paying attention.
Yeah, everybody's paying attention. We don't have a choice.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna go. Battery's low. Just tell Mike I said thank you too.
I will. Marcus, stay safe. Give those kids a hug for us.
I will. Red zone out.
Mike.
I heard. And Marcus, if you're still listening, you're welcome. It's an honor. It's also the only thing I know how to do anymore.
The lights just dipped.
I saw it.
If we lose power...
We've got reserve. And if reserve fails, we go hand crank. We've done it before.
I hate that "we've done it before" is a sentence that exists now.
Me too.
Okay, we keep going.
We keep going. More names.
Go ahead.
Lila Thompson, Baltimore. She stayed behind so others could run. Lila Thompson.
Carlos Mendoza, San Antonio. He called every day until the tower fell. Carlos Mendoza.
Hannah Cho, Los Angeles. She was last seen guiding people out of a subway entrance. Hannah Cho, see, and I'm saying her name because the West Coast is not forgotten. None of you were forgotten.
This is America now, not the country it was. But the people are still people, and grief doesn't care what state line you're in.
All right, we're moving into the next segment of the morning show. This hour is called 365 Days Since the Fall. The next hour is going to be fragments of day one. And before anybody panics, we're not replaying chaos for the sake of it. We're taking your Where Were You stories because people have been asking for a place to put those memories. And because memory is information. Sometimes the only information we have.
And we're going to do it carefully. We're going to keep it grounded. We're not going to describe things that send people into a spiral. If you feel yourself getting pulled under, turn it off. That's not weakness, that's survival.
All right, Jenny. You ready?
As I can be.
It's 7:02, Red Zone Radio continuing anniversary programming. If you're just joining, we observed the moment of silence at 6:17. We read names, we took a call from Brooklyn's shelter. We're now moving into memory, not for spectacle, for truth.
The question everyone asks today is simple and impossible. Where were you? It's the first thing people ask each other when they meet in a new place. Like a password. Like, if your story matches mine, I can trust you.
If your story doesn't match mine, maybe you're lying. Or maybe your trauma just took a different shape.
Or maybe you weren't there. Maybe you were one of the lucky ones.
Lucky is not a word I use anymore.
Me neither.
Reminder, if you're calling in, keep it to what you can share without breaking yourself. If you're calling from outside safe zones, don't give exact coordinates. Don't paint targets on your shelter, just region.
And if you're calling to tell us what you think the event was, save it. This hour is for the first day, not the theory.
Some of you asked us to replay a clip from 1 year ago. We have a short emergency segment preserved. We are not playing it in full. We are not looping panic. But we're going to share a piece because some of you don't remember, and some of you remember too well. And either way, it's part of the record.
Mike, are you sure?
I'm sure enough.
Okay. If you've got kids listening, maybe turn it down, or maybe send them to do something else. Not because they can't handle truth, because they don't need this right now.
1 year ago, 6:23 a.m. This is a fragment. This is Red Zone Radio. We're getting multiple emergency bulletins. No confirmation yet, but people are reporting a disturbance across multiple boroughs. If you're hearing this, stay calm. Stay inside if you can.
Mike, stop. Stop. That's enough.
Okay. That's enough.
I hate hearing our voices like that. Like we didn't know. Like we were still normal.
We were normal at 6:15. By 6:17, we were something else.
I still can't believe the exact time. Like the universe scheduled it. Like it punched a clock.
People remember the exact time because your brain brands it. That's what trauma does. It stamps you.
I was on the bridge. That's the part I keep trying to push away because it's like a movie scene, and I hate that. I hate comparing it to a movie, but it looked unreal. I was on the bridge, and I looked back, and I saw, God, I still can't describe it properly, something massive just rising.
You don't have to describe it.
I know, I'm not going to, but I remember the feeling in my throat, like I swallowed ice, and the people around me, they didn't scream right away. That's the thing. They didn't scream because their brains hadn't caught up yet. They just stared, like it was a parade float, like it was some construction crane going wrong. And then the sound hit.
The sound.
Like the earth screaming, like the air itself tore. And I remember grabbing the railing because my legs went weak. I remember thinking, this is an earthquake. And then somebody next to me said, no, that's not the ground. And that sentence still messes me up. That's not the ground.
I was in the studio, the old studio, Midtown, and we got our first call before the official lines jammed. A guy saying there was smoke by the water, a woman saying her building shook, and we did what people do. We tried to fit it into a box we understood.
Terrorist attack, gas leak, plane, anything human.
Anything human. Because if it was human, it could be stopped by human means. If it was human, it had an end. If it was human, it had a motive. And then the reports kept coming and they didn't fit. They didn't fit the shape of anything we knew.
And the phones.
The phones went dead around 7. Not the whole country at once, but the city, most lines, most towers. And when they came back, it wasn't normal calls. It was different people calling. People who sounded like they'd aged 10 years in an hour.
We're taking calls now. Where were you stories? First caller.
Line 1. Caller, you're on. Name and region.
Sarah, New Jersey side. I'm in a safe pocket now. I can talk for a minute.
Take your time, Sarah.
I was at home with my daughter. She was coloring at the table, and I heard this sound. That's what I remember, not the sight. The sound, like the air had teeth, like everything was grinding. My daughter dropped the crayon and covered her ear so hard her little shoulders went up. And she still does it. She does it whenever she hears anything similar: a truck backfiring, a door slamming, thunder.
I'm sorry.
People always say, "At least you made it." And I know they mean well, but I don't feel like I made it. I feel like I got shoved through something and now I'm just here. And I don't know how to be who I was.
That's honest, and a lot of people listening recognize it.
I thought it was an earthquake. I thought the bridge was going to collapse. I grabbed my kid and ran outside, which now I know you don't do that. You don't run outside when something's wrong. But I didn't know. I didn't know any protocols. There were no protocols yet. There was just panic and strangers yelling.
You did what you could with what you knew.
We got in the car, and the radio, some station, not you yet, was saying they didn't know what it was. And then the signal went weird, like the words were chopped, and then nothing. And that silence, Mike, I've never heard silence like that. Like the world held its breath. And then people started calling. People were banging on car windows. People were screaming, "Go," without saying where.
And you got out.
Barely. The roads, everything jammed. Everybody trying to leave at once. And my daughter kept saying, "Why is everybody leaving? Where are we going?" And I didn't have an answer. I still don't. We're just not there. We're not home. Home got eaten.
Sarah, I'm going to ask you something carefully. Are you safe right now?
Right now, yeah. For today, we got watchers, we got a barrier, we got rules, we got a schedule. And we've got those little moments where you forget, like you're making soup and you're just making soup, and then you remember again.
That's living.
Is it? Sometimes it feels like waiting.
It's both.
I can't stay long, power ration, but thank you for saying it out loud. Thank you for not pretending it was just a bad day.
Sarah, thank you for trusting us. Hug your daughter for me.
I will.
Red zone out.
Mike, you okay?
I'm here. That's all.
The first wave. People keep using that phrase like it's a weather report.
We're going to be careful with that phrase today, because some listeners don't even know what it means. And some listeners have nightmares that are basically that phrase turned into pictures.
First wave is what people call the first hours, right? The first shift, when it stopped being confusion and started being...
We don't have to define it right now. Not fully. We can say this. At first, nobody knew what it was. People guessed. Earthquake, attack, gas, anything that kept it human. And then the pattern broke. And the break is what changed everything.
And the break wasn't just in New York.
No. Reports came in from other places too. Not all at the same minute, but close enough that the country realized it wasn't local. It wasn't one city. It was something bigger. And that realization, people don't talk about that part enough. The moment you realize there's nowhere to run because everywhere is in the same storm.
I remember seeing people on the bridge looking at their phones like they could call reality and ask it to stop. Like the government would send a text and say, "False alarm."
I remember the studio phone lines lighting up and then fading, like the city getting swallowed.
You had friends in Lower Manhattan.
I did. And I'm not going to name them on air without their family's permission. But I had people I loved down there. And I did that thing we all did, where you keep calling even when the line doesn't ring, like your willpower can force a connection. Like if you just hit redial enough, the universe will finally answer.
Survivor guilt is weird. It doesn't go, "I survived, good." It goes, "Why me?" And if I survived, what did I do wrong? Like you're being punished or like you stole something.
And on days like today, it comes back sharp.
We're going to take one more call this segment.
Line 2.
Caller, you're on Red Zone. Name and region.
Tomas, Upstate Relay Camp. I'm listening with my crew. We move supplies between zones.
Tomas, are you a runner?
People call us that. We don't call ourselves that. We call ourselves still breathing.
Fair. Where were you on day 1?
I was on a job site, construction. We heard the sound and we thought a bridge fell. Then we saw the sky, change. Not color. Not like clouds. Like it got wrong. Like the air got thicker. My buddy said, that's not weather. And then everything went loud. And then everything went quiet. And in the quiet, I remember hearing a dog barking like it was losing its mind.
People remember animals.
Animals knew before we did. They didn't need a news bulletin. They didn't need a government statement. They just knew.
Do you go near the dead zones, Tomas?
Sometimes. Only when we have to. Only when we've got good reason. And today I'm calling because people are talking up here. They say the dead zone line is drifting. Like the quiet maps don't match what they did last month.
We've heard similar talk.
I'm not calling to spread rumors. I'm calling because I don't want people walking into something thinking the rules stayed the same. The rules change. The rules always change.
That's responsible.
We lost 2 runners last week. Not because of the creatures. Not directly. Because their radio went dead. Because they couldn't hear the warning. Because they couldn't hear the watches. Silence killed them.
Silence is dangerous.
Yeah. So, tell people, if your radio crackles, don't shrug it off. If the relay station drops, don't assume it's nothing. Treat it like smoke. Treat it like the first sign of fire.
I will. Thank you, Tomas. Stay safe out there.
You too. Red Zone out.
Jenny,
I know what you're gonna say.
say it anyway.
The dead zones aren't dead. They're occupied. That's what people mean when they whisper.
And we don't have enough verified information to go further on air. Not yet. But we have enough to tell people to stay cautious, and we have enough to tell people to stop pretending the map is fixed.
Okay.
We're moving forward. Late morning segment is next. The survivors speak. Stories from safe zones, practical updates, community. The part of the day where we remember that we didn't just lose. We also built.
We build because we had to.
8:37, Red Zone Radio. If you're just joining, we're into the late morning. We're shifting from day one memories to present day survival, because memory without reality is just pain. We owe you reality.
Today's first field check-in is from Queen's Safe Zone. We've got Diego on a line that holds most of the time.
Diego, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Signal's thin, but it's here.
Give us the picture, Diego. How's Queens holding?
The Queen's barrier is holding strong. It looks rough up close, Mike, I'm not gonna lie. It's welded scrap, shipping containers, reinforced fencing, and a whole lot of ingenuity. But it's holding. We've got about 2,000 people inside the perimeter now, maybe more. People keep arriving from pockets that go dark, and when they show up at the checkpoint, nobody asks questions first. First question is, are you hurt? Second is, can you follow rules? Any change in rations?
Slight improvement. The garden teams are getting smarter. Rooftops, courtyards, even converted parking lots. It's not pretty, but it's green. And seeing green does something to people. I saw kids playing soccer yesterday. First time I've seen kids play like that in months. They were arguing about goals like it mattered, like there wasn't a wall around their world. That's good to hear. It's good and it's fragile. Because every time there's laughter, somebody flinches like it's a trap. Like joy is how you get punished. Yep. New community roles keep emerging. Scouts, watchers, resource coordinators, med teams, repair teams. And the radio room, it's like a church now. People come to listen like it's a sermon. How's the barrier around the more unstable areas? Any shift? The line is the line, but watchers have been reporting movement closer to water routes. Nothing confirmed, but people are nervous, especially around the East River.
Dieto, any word on runners?
Runners are running. That's the whole thing. They're the veins between zones, and it's getting harder, because every month the routes change. One block that was safe becomes a risk. One alley that was a shortcut becomes a dead end. So runners keep journals, notebooks, paper. They trade info like currency.
Diego, stay with us a moment. We've got a caller who survived 3 days underground. Teresa, line 3. Teresa, you're on Red Zone. Name and region.
Teresa, Bronx Pocket. I'm in a safe building right now. Got a little power. I can talk.
Teresa, you said you survived in a subway tunnel for 3 days.
Yeah. Day 1. I don't like talking about it, but people keep asking how you survive when the world goes sideways. So here it is. I fell down the stairs. Crowd pushed. I hit my head. Next thing I knew, the tunnel was dark, and the air was hot. I had a busted flashlight and a vending machine that got knocked over with some snacks scattered. That's what kept me alive. That and rainwater dripping down the wall. People laugh when I say that, but rainwater tastes like life when you're dying.
That doesn't sound funny at all.
It wasn't funny. It was quiet. Too quiet. That's what I remember. Quiet, and then tremors. Not constant. Just every once in a while. Like something massive moving above you. Like a giant shifting weight.
You didn't see?
No. And don't ask me to describe. I didn't see. I heard, and I felt. And that's enough. 3 days later, I found a maintenance ladder. Climbed up, pushed a grate, and I came out into a street that looked like a different planet. Cars flipped, glass everywhere, and people walking like ghosts.
How did you get to a safe pocket?
I followed noise. That's the thing. After day 1, you learn noise can be dangerous, but noise can also be people. I followed a group. They had a bag of supplies. They had a plan. They had someone in charge. I learned real quick that if you find organized people, you stick with them.
That's survival wisdom right there.
Yeah. And I'm calling because people romanticize runners. They call them heroes. Some are. Some are just desperate. But don't send your kid to run a route because you think it's glamorous. It's not. You do it because you have no other option.
That's an important point. Thank you, Teresa.
One more thing. People keep saying it's getting safer. Maybe in the zones, yeah. But outside is still outside. Don't get comfortable.
We won't. Teresa, stay safe.
You too. Red zone out.
She's right. People inside the wall start believing the wall is the world.
And it's not.
Mike, you have to say your thing.
My thing?
The thing you keep avoiding. You haven't left the radio station's safe zone in 6 months. You keep telling people to be careful out there, but you don't say why you personally aren't out there anymore.
I didn't know we were doing confessional hour.
We're doing honesty hour. That's all we ever do.
Fine. I haven't left these walls in half a year, because the last time I stepped outside, I didn't feel brave. I felt stupid. Like I was tempting fate. Like I was trying to prove something to myself. And it got people hurt. Not killed, hurt. But that was enough. I decided my role is here, on this mic. If that makes me a coward, I can live with it.
It doesn't make you a coward. It makes you human. And we need you alive.
Jenny still does supply runs. She doesn't talk about it much. She does it because she thinks she has to, because she's got that fire in her that won't sit still.
Somebody's got to make sure you eat, old man.
I'm not old.
You're old.
Thank you, Diego.
Jokes aside, the safe zones need people like Jenny, but they also need people like you, Mike. Voice matters. Information matters. People are scared. They need a steady sound.
All right. Diego, stay safe out there. If your line drops, don't risk yourself to get it back.
Copy that. I'll check back later.
Moving into the next segment soon. The new normal. Daily life, curfews, schools, healthcare. The things that make us feel like people again.
And the things that remind us the before times are gone. 10:04, Red Zone Radio, midday check-in. If you're hearing us from inside a zone, you know the rhythm. If you're hearing us from outside, maybe you're learning it.
New normal looks like this. Curfew, ration lines, watcher patrol schedules, light discipline at night, water collection protocols, and one thing we need to say loud. Old money means nothing. Stop trying to trade cash like it's magic paper.
It is magic paper. It used to be. Now it's just paper.
Barter economy runs on value you can use. Batteries, soap, antibiotics, clean cloth, tools, skills, and kindness sometimes. A lot of you forget kindness is currency too.
Daily protocol reminder for anyone near water routes. If watchers report movement near river edges, you stay back. You don't gather to look. You don't prove you're brave. You live. That's the job.
Schools are reopening in some safe zones, not like before. Smaller rooms, handwritten lessons, rotating schedules, kids learning history in a world that feels like it ended.
And teachers, God bless them, they teach anyway. They teach because kids need structure more than they need facts.
We've got Dr. Patel joining us, medical correspondent, Queen's Corridor. Doctor, you on?
I'm on, allowing for the signal. Good morning.
Doctor, tell us where healthcare stands 1 year after.
It stands on effort. It stands on improvisation. It stands on people washing their hands even when water is precious. It stands on nurses who have been working for a year straight. We delivered 4 babies this month. No consistent grid power, limited supplies, but we're doing it. Life continues. That's the headline I keep wanting people to hear.
4 babies?
Yes, and every birth is a risk. We don't have the equipment we used to. We don't have blood banks the way we used to. We don't have sterilization the way we used to. But we have brains. We have hands. We have people who care.
And we have trauma.
Yes, trauma complicates everything. People don't sleep, they make mistakes, they lash out, they freeze, and still they show up. That is something.
Doctor, what's the biggest challenge right now?
Infections, chronic conditions without meds, and injuries from supply runs and perimeter incidents. People get cut on rust. People get hurt climbing over debris. People fall. And yes, sometimes people get caught too close to things they shouldn't approach.
We hear you.
I want to say something direct to listeners. If you have antibiotics, don't hoard them like gold. Use them properly. Share them with medical teams. A half-used bottle in a drawer helps no one when you get sepsis.
Good advice.
Doctor, we also need to touch on the broader structure. Government. Authority. People always ask, who's in charge?
That depends on your region. Some places still have remnants of federal structure. Some places have regional authority councils. Some places have local militia control. Some places have community committees. And some places have nothing but the strongest voice in the room. That's the reality.
So remember, just because somebody says they're official doesn't mean they are.
Exactly. Verify before you follow.
Missing Persons Network update. It's still active. And I know people are tired of hearing that. People say it's been a year, they're gone. But we've had reunions after months. We've had families find each other after crossing 3 zones and 2 dead stretches. Don't give up unless you have to.
We've got a caller, young mother, line 4.
Ma'am, you're on red zone. Name and region.
Melissa, Queen Sector. I'm calling quick because my son turns 1 today.
Happy birthday to him.
Thank you. He'll never know the before times. Sometimes I think that's a mercy. Sometimes it makes me sick to think he'll grow up thinking walls and curfews are normal.
Both feelings can be true.
I'm trying to keep him safe. That's my job. And I want people to remember on days like today, we didn't just lose. We also got this, a new baby, a new life. And I refuse to let fear take every part of me.
That's strength, Melissa.
I don't feel strong. I feel scared all the time, but I keep doing it. That's what strength is now.
You're right.
Okay, I have to go. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for calling. Give that kid a hug for us.
I will. Red Zone out.
Mike, we're not surviving anymore. We're living. There's a difference, and we earned it.
We did.
Warning reminder. Approaching red zones after dark is still the fastest way to become a name on the wall. Don't do it. Don't go sightseeing. Don't see if it's quiet. Quiet is how you get hurt.
We're moving into early afternoon. What lurks outside? Beyond the barriers. Scout reports. Boundary movement. And before people freak out, this is not a fear segment. This is an information segment, because information is how you stay alive.
And because some of you have been noticing patterns.
1136, Red Zone Radio. This segment is hard. We're doing it because pretending doesn't protect anyone. 1 year after, there's still activity, still movement, still presence.
We are not giving detailed creature descriptions. We are not turning this into a campfire story. We are talking about what's relevant, where sightings are, what the patterns appear to be, and how to stay alive.
Scout report first. Rodriguez. Boundary team near Midtown Perimeter. Rodriguez, you there? I'm here. I've got a minute. Give it to us straight. Something big moved through 42nd Street last night, knocked over cars like toys. We heard it before we saw the destruction, and that's what saved us, because we were already backing off when the ground started shifting under our feet.
Did you see it?
I saw enough. I'm not describing, I'm just telling you. It was big enough to change the street, like a kid kicking sand. It moved like it didn't care about buildings, and it left. It didn't hunt us. It didn't chase. It just moved through.
That matches what we've heard. Less active in daylight, more active at night.
There's a pattern. You can pretend you're safe in daylight, and that's when you get stupid. Night comes fast, and you cannot outrun night.
Any injuries?
One guy twisted his ankle in the scramble. No deaths, but we got lucky, and I'm tired of luck being the plan. Understood. Rodriguez, pull back if you need to. Already done. I'm out.
Next.
We've got a listener report from Times Square vicinity. Caller James has footage, phone footage, battery nearly dead, he can't send it. He can only describe the basic fact of it existing.
Male caller means I'm taking it. James, you're on Red Zone. Region?
James, Manhattan, Edge Pocket. I'm not giving more than that. I'm hiding in a place that's held for months.
Good. Stay hidden. Tell me what you have.
I got footage on my phone before the battery died. I was up on a fire escape looking down the street, and you can see something moving between the buildings. Huge. Wrong. Like it doesn't fit in the space it's in. Like the city is too small for it.
You're not going to describe it beyond that.
I can't. It makes my stomach turn. But you can see the shadows shift like something is blocking light that shouldn't be blocked. You can see dust falling from windows when it passes. And you can hear, I know you don't want sound cues, but I'm telling you as a human being, you can hear the vibration through the phone mic, like a hum that makes your teeth hurt.
That matters. What time was it?
2 a.m. I woke up because my water cup started shaking, like a little tremor, and I thought, earthquake, again. But the tremor had rhythm, like steps.
Pattern supports what scouts report. Night movement.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I've been in this pocket a long time. I've heard movement, but it's been farther. This felt closer, like it's getting curious, like it's drifting.
That's a scary thought, James.
I'm not calling to scare people. I'm calling because I don't want somebody thinking Midtown is just rebel. It's not just rebel. It's active.
Thank you. Stay inside tonight. No lights, no noise. If you've got neighbors, make sure they know.
I will. Battery's dying. I gotta go.
James, thank you for staying alive.
Yeah. Red Zone out.
The pattern. Less movement in daylight, more in darkness. And I want to be careful here because patterns make people feel like they have control, like they can predict, but patterns break.
And when patterns break, people die.
Military and militia check-in. Resources are stretched. That's not new, it's still true. There aren't enough patrols to cover every street, every pocket, every rumor. Most zones are protecting their walls and their water and their med supply. And beyond that, you're on your own.
And that's not cruelty. That's math.
We have a story from a runner who barely made it back from a supply mission. We're not going to name them on air without consent. But the point is this. A supply run is not a brave adventure. It's a calculated risk. And sometimes the calculation is wrong.
Sometimes you go anyway.
And that brings me to something you said earlier, Jenny. You're out there more than me. You do runs. You keep your mouth shut about close calls. And I'm not going to let you keep doing that today.
Mike.
Tell them.
Last Tuesday's run, we almost didn't make it back. We needed medical supplies. We had a route we thought was safe. And something followed us to the barrier.
Jenny?
Don't do that tone. Don't do the dad voice.
We needed the supplies. We had antibiotics on the list. We had clean bandages on the list. We had a kid with an infection. What was I supposed to do? Sit inside and listen to him get worse?
You were supposed to tell me.
Why? So you could tell me not to go? So you could sleep better because you said the responsible thing? I'm the one who has to look at people's faces when there's nothing left in the clinic. I'm the one who hears please and help and my baby and my dad. Don't act like ignorance is moral.
I'm not acting like anything. I'm scared. That's what it is. I'm scared of losing you too.
I know. And I'm scared too. I don't get to let fear decide everything.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the part where we connected to the rest of the country, because New York isn't the only place with danger. We've got reports, unconfirmed but consistent, of activity near waterfronts in other cities too. Chicago had sightings near the lakefront last month. Los Angeles had movement reported near the port. Miami still has large sections that are just gone.
Some cities are doing better. Some are completely lost. Some have safe zones that look like real neighborhoods again. Some are just scattered shelters praying their walls hold.
And if you're listening in a place that's doing better, do not get arrogant. Do not call people in worse zones weak. You're not stronger. You're luckier. And luck is not a personality trait.
Debates in the zones right now. Are creatures increasing, or are we just more aware? Are we seeing more because we have watchers now? Or is something changing?
We don't have enough data to answer that, not responsibly. What we can say is this. You treat every night as a risk. You treat every flicker of power as a reminder. You treat every quiet report like it can flip.
Mike, the lights just dipped again.
I see it.
If reserve kicks in, we might lose some lines.
Then we lose lines. We keep broadcasting. If you're hearing us right now, don't panic. The system is straining. That's normal now.
I hate that too.
Me too.
We're coming up on 1 o'clock. That closes section 1 of our anniversary programming. Next section. If we keep power, and you keep listening, we move into the cost of survival. Then signs of hope. Then what we know now. Then voices from the dark. And then the start of year 2.
But for right now, we end this portion with a simple truth. 1 year later, the world is still dangerous, and you are still here.
That counts for something.
This is Red Zone Radio. Stay inside tonight. Stay together. And if you have someone to call, if you have someone to forgive, if you have someone to hold, do it today.
We'll be back after the hour shift. If the power holds and the signal holds. Don't go anyway.
1:03 in the afternoon. Red Zone Radio. If you've been with us since sunrise, you've already carried a lot today. If you're joining late, you're not behind. This day meets everyone where they are.
We've done memory. We've done the present. We've done the hard truth about what's still outside. And now we're moving into something that might be the hardest part for some people.
The cost, the names, the faces, the grief that didn't disappear just because we built walls and schedules.
Some of you are going to want to turn the radio off for this hour. I'm saying that up front. You have permission. You're not weak. You're not disrespectful. You're protecting your nervous system so you can keep living tomorrow.
And some of you need this hour like air. You need to hear other people say the things you've been swallowing for a year. You need to hear that you're not broken in some unique way. You're reacting like a human being.
Part 6. The cost of survival. We're going to talk about grief and the parts of you that changed. We have Counselor Martinez with us for a short segment, and we're going to take a few calls.
Reminder about calls. Keep it brief. Don't give exact location outside your zone. Don't put yourself at risk to share a story. And if you're calling, we'll let you breathe.
The memorial wall is still open. We're still reading names. We're still listening.
Before we bring in Counselor Martinez, I want to read a few more names from the wall. Because sometimes a name is the only thing that remains in public, and we refuse to let it vanish.
Go ahead.
Nora Caldwell, Detroit. She worked the clinic until the lights went out. Nora Caldwell.
Elisha Barnes, Nashville. He played guitar on the porch every night until day 1. Elisha Barnes.
Captain Renee Porter, Norfolk. She stayed at the docks when everyone else ran. Captain Renee Porter.
Maya Singh. Minneapolis. She called her mom every day and never missed. Maya Singh.
Daniel Rivera. El Paso. He carried strangers like they were family. Daniel Rivera.
If you're hearing these, if you recognize one, you're not alone in that ache.
All right. Counselor Martinez, you on with us?
I'm here, Michael. I'm here, Jenny.
Thank you for joining. I know this day is heavy for everyone, including you.
Yes. And I also know that heavy isn't the same as hopeless. We can hold heavy together.
For listeners who don't know, Counselor Martinez has been working with group support meetings in multiple safe zones, mostly Queens Corridor and parts of Brooklyn when travel holds. Counselor, we've got a lot of people who avoid any talk of mental health because they think it's a luxury now.
Mental health isn't a luxury. It's a survival tool. People think if they ignore trauma, they're being strong. But ignoring trauma is like ignoring an infection. It spreads. It changes you. It can kill you.
People are having nightmares. People are snapping at their kids. People are freezing when they should run. People are running when they should hide.
Exactly.
And none of those reactions make you bad. They make you injured. We all carry it. Every single person listening right now has trauma. The question isn't if we're damaged. The question is how we hold each other up anyway. Some folks feel guilt like a weight. Like if they laugh or eat a good meal, they're doing something wrong. Survivor guilt is common. Your brain tries to create meaning. It tries to solve an unsolvable equation. If I lived, I must have earned it. Or if I lived, I must have taken someone else's place. Neither is true. Living isn't theft. Living is what your body did.
And for people who keep asking themselves why their loved ones didn't make it.
They didn't fail. They were caught in something bigger than any person could control. The human brain hates that. It hates randomness. It wants a reason. It wants someone to blame. Sometimes it blames you, because blaming you gives the pain an address. But it's not fair, and it's not accurate.
How do people stop blaming themselves?
You don't stop like flipping a switch. You practice. You notice the thought. You name it. That's guilt talking. And you choose one small act of care anyway. Drink water. Rest. Talk. Help someone else. Over time, your brain learns you can live with the pain without becoming the pain.
We're going to take a call now. Reminder to listeners, if you're calling in with grief, you don't have to be eloquent. You don't have to perform.
I got a male caller on line 1. That means I'm taking this. Caller, you're on red zone. Name and region.
David, Jersey Pocket. I'm sorry. I didn't plan to cry. I didn't.
David, you don't have to apologize. Take your time. You're safe here.
I couldn't save her. I watched and I couldn't. I'm sorry, I can't. I keep seeing it. I keep seeing the way she looked at me like she thought I had an answer.
Was this day 1?
Yeah. We were on the street. We heard the sound and people started running and I grabbed her hand and then the crowd pushed. Somebody slammed into me. I lost grip. I tried to get back to her and it was like fighting a river with my hands. I could see her. I could see her mouth moving. She was yelling my name, but I couldn't hear. And then I couldn't see her anymore.
That's horrific. I'm so sorry.
People tell me it wasn't your fault, but they weren't there. They didn't feel my hand slip. They didn't feel the moment where I could have.
David, listen to me. Your brain is replaying the same second because it wants to fix it. But you were in chaos. You were in panic. You were in something no human being was built to handle. You didn't choose to let go. You were forced.
I still hear her voice in my head, and it makes me want to tear my own skin off.
Counselor Martinez is here too. Counselor, can you speak to David?
David, I hear the love in your voice. I hear the bond. That grief is love with nowhere to go. You did not fail her. You were separated.
That's not the same. And the fact that you're still feeling this means your heart still works. That matters.
I don't want my heart to work. It hurts.
I know. And I also know that people who keep their hearts open become the glue in communities, not because they're saints, but because they understand what's at stake.
I keep thinking she died thinking I abandoned her.
David, if she loved you, she didn't think that. She was scared. She was trying to find you. People don't rewrite love in the last second. They hold on to it.
I don't know.
You don't have to know. You just have to keep going. Do you have anyone with you?
Yeah, my sister. She's in the other room. She told me to call you. She said I'm drowning.
She's right. And you just did something brave. You asked for air.
I feel stupid.
You're not stupid. You're alive. And alive people cry. That's normal.
Okay.
Tell your sister you called. Tell her you need someone to sit with you today. Drink water. Eat something if you can. And if your zone has a support meeting, go. If they don't, make one. 2 chairs is a support group.
Thank you.
Thank you for trusting us, David. Stay safe.
Red zone out.
Jenny, that was good.
It didn't feel good. It felt necessary. Necessary can be good.
There's another part of this hour we need to address. The wall of faces in Queen's safe zone. People call it a memorial, but it's more than that.
It's thousands of photos. Torn edges. Passport pictures. School portraits. Wedding shots. People smiling in a world that hadn't broken yet.
Some folks can't walk past it without stopping. Some folks avoid it because they feel like if they look, they'll fall apart. Both reactions make sense.
Memorials serve 2 purposes. They honor, and they remind the living that what happened was real. Trauma can make things feel unreal. You doubt yourself. You doubt your memory. You wonder if you imagined the worst parts. Memorials say, no, this happened, and your pain is valid. I started seeing a therapist because I was waking up in panic every night. And I didn't tell anyone at first because I thought if I admitted it, I'd be judged.
You told me eventually.
Yeah, and the therapist said it might never stop completely, but it gets manageable. That word bothered me. Manageable. Like grief is a task list. But then I realized manageable means I can keep functioning. It means I can still do a supply run and not freeze. It means I can still talk to a kid without my voice shaking.
That's exactly it.
Counselor, we appreciate you. We're going to shift toward the end of this hour. Any final advice for listeners who feel like today is ripping them open?
Yes. Stay connected. Trauma isolates. It tells you no one understands. That's a lie. If you can, sit with someone. If you can't, listen to voices like this and remind yourself you're part of a larger human story. And do small grounding things. Touch something real. Drink water. Eat a little. Look for something living. Plant, pet, child. And let it remind you the world still contains life. Thank you.
Counselor Martinez, stay safe.
You too. Thank you for being a study place for people.
All right. Before we close part 6, I've got a letter here. It was delivered through the Runner Network. A child wrote it. No name included, just an age and a zone.
Read it.
Hi, Red Zone. I'm 9. I listen with my aunt. I want to know if the monsters will ever go away. My aunt says you don't know, but I want to hear someone say it. I want to hear someone say we'll be safe again. Please write back on the radio. That's the whole letter.
God.
Kid, if you're listening, because maybe you are, we don't know everything, but we do know this. Adults are working every day to keep you safe. Watchers, scouts, doctors, engineers, people growing food, people teaching, people building barriers, people like your aunt.
And you're allowed to be scared. Being scared doesn't mean you're weak. It means your brain knows danger exists. Will they ever go away?
I can't promise, but I can promise we're not giving up. And safety might look different than it used to. It might be smaller. It might be more local. But humans are good at building safe places when they decide it matters.
And you matter.
Part 7 is next. Signs of Hope. If you're still with us, we're going to let you breathe for a while. Not because the world got easy, because you deserve a moment where your chest unclenches.
2:37, Red Zone Radio, Hope Hour. That's what people asked us for. Not fake hope, not everything's fine. Real hope. The kind you earn with dirty hands.
We're going to share successes from around the zones. A bakery reopened, electricity expanded, water purification improvements, a wedding. And yes, I know some people hear that and think it's disrespectful to celebrate, but living is not disrespect.
If you don't build something, fear wins. That's the truth.
First update, Sector Bakery in Queens Corridor. They're using salvaged ovens, rationed flour, and they bake on a schedule so fuel isn't wasted. People stand in line for bread like it's a luxury item.
Because it is. Warm bread feels like the before times. It makes people cry. I've seen it.
Second update, electricity expansion. Engineer Chen is joining us with an infrastructure plan. Engineer, you on?
I'm on. And I'm smiling, which feels weird to say into a microphone after a year like this.
We need the smile. Tell people what's happening.
We're bringing power to Sector 7 next month. Real, consistent power. Not just a couple hours, not just emergency bursts. We've been patching solar arrays from rooftops, we've been rewiring salvaged inverters, and we've got a small team that's basically become electricians overnight. This isn't just survival, it's rebuilding infrastructure.
What does that mean in practical terms for listeners?
It means refrigeration. It means clinics can store meds longer. It means lights that don't die at the worst moment. It means communication relays can be steadier. It means fewer fires from candle accidents. It means, this is going to sound small, kids being able to read after sunset without straining their eyes.
That's not small.
Exactly. People underestimate what normal is made of. Normal is made of 100 little conveniences you don't think about until they're gone. We're building those conveniences back.
Any risks with the expansion? Always. More power means more visible light if people aren't disciplined. And light draws attention in places near unstable boundaries. So we're pairing expansion with strict guidance, shielded windows, blackout procedures at night, and no unnecessary exterior lighting. Power is hope, but power is also a responsibility. People need to hear that. They do. And I'll say one more thing. We're training apprentices, teens, people in their early 20s, people who used to be students. They're learning to build, not just to fear. That changes a community. Engineer Chen, thank you. Stay safe. You too. Red Zone out.
Next success story, Rooftop Gardens. Harvest exceeded expectations this season. Tomatoes, herbs, greens. It's not enough to feed a city, but it's enough to feed a block. And feeding a block changes morale.
We also received news of a volunteer initiative teaching pre-event skills, plumbing, basic electrical, sewing, cooking, first aid. People are rebuilding knowledge along with walls.
That matters because the young kids don't remember the before times. They'll grow up in this world. Skills are inheritance now.
Now we've got a call coming in about a wedding. Bride-to-be. Female caller means I'm taking it. Caller, you're on Red Zone. Name and zone.
Melissa, Queens Corridor. And yeah, I'm the one getting married.
Melissa, congratulations. People listening are probably smiling right now, whether they admit it or not.
I hope so. I hope somebody gets a moment today where their face doesn't feel like stone.
Tell us about it.
We're getting married in the community garden next week. We're doing it simple. No fancy stuff, just vows, a few friends, a borrowed dress that somebody patched for me. And I know people are going to say it's risky. I know people are going to say it's selfish. But I'm not letting them take everything from us. Love still matters.
Love absolutely matters.
We met after. That's the part that makes people choke up. We met while volunteering at ration distribution. We were both exhausted and angry, and he made me laugh. I hadn't laughed in months. I hated him for it at first.
That sounds like real love.
Yeah, and we're doing it because if we keep postponing life until things are safe, we'll never live. There's always something outside. There's always some risk. But inside the walls, we have community. We have watchers. We have people who care. That's more than we had on day one.
Do you have family with you?
Some, lost some, gained some. That's the other thing. People who aren't blood become family now. My neighbor is basically my sister. The old man down the hall is basically my dad. We're piecing together new families out of whoever survives.
That's America right now. Not the one we had. The one we're making.
Exactly. And I want people listening to know, if you've got someone you love, tell them. If you're waiting for the right time, stop waiting. The right time is now.
Melissa, thank you for calling. Congratulations again. Stay safe.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Red Zone. Red Zone out.
That made me want to cry.
Yeah.
It's brave to love in a world like this.
We also got a note. This one is big. Radio network expansion. We have contact with Philadelphia safe zones. This isn't a rumor. This is verified through relay. It's not constant contact. It's scheduled windows. But it's contact.
That means we're not just isolated islands. That means information can move farther than a runner can travel in a day. That means warnings can spread.
And it means the country is still connected in threads. Thin threads, but threads.
Another hope note. Someone completed a college degree through patchy internet. I know that sounds ridiculous in a world where we barter soap, but it happened. Someone had enough access, enough books, enough stubbornness, and they finished. That's hope. Education refusing to die.
I'm going to admit something that surprised me. Yesterday, I heard a kid laughing. Really laughing. Not nervous, not forced, just laughing. And I realized I was smiling. Hadn't done that in I don't know how long.
That's what keeps us going. Those moments. They're everywhere if you look for them.
Part 8 is next. The truth we know now. Scientific understanding. Patterns. What we've learned in a year. It's not a miracle answer. It's not a cure. But knowledge is power. And we need it.
406. Red Zone Radio. Early evening segment. We're shifting from hope into something steadier. Understanding. Not just emotion. Not just survival routines. The actual knowledge we've gathered about what's out there.
People want to know, are they alien? Are they mutated? Are they something else? And the truth is, a year later, we still don't have the clean answer people crave.
But we have patterns. We have behavior. We have enough to keep people alive if they listen. We have Dr. Rashid joining us. Dr. Rashid has worked with a research group connected to regional authorities. Doctor, you on?
I'm on. And before I say anything, I want to make it clear. We're learning slowly. Anyone claiming certainty is either lying or trying to sell you comfort.
Thank you for being honest. What do we know after 1 year?
After 1 year, we know they respond to vibration and heat. We know they're territorial. We know they can move through dense urban spaces without the hesitation a human would have. What we don't know is why they came, if came is even the right word, or if they can be stopped permanently.
People across the country have been comparing notes. Chicago, LA, Miami. What's consistent? Waterfront proximity has come up repeatedly, though not universally. Some affected zones near water have higher activity. Some inland areas have their own patterns. Chicago reports near the lakefront, Los Angeles near port routes. Miami's coastal loss is severe. But we also have activity not tied to coasts. That suggests water isn't the only variable.
Do we know if they're hunting or just moving?
That's one of the hardest questions. Their behavior doesn't consistently match predation. Sometimes they ignore humans. Sometimes they react violently to stimuli. Sometimes they move through an area like it's nothing more than terrain. The closest description scientifically is that they behave like a force interacting with the environment, rather than like an animal seeking prey.
That's not comforting.
It isn't, but it's accurate.
People ask if we're reclaiming territory.
Some areas are being reclaimed in small increments, but reclaiming is not a march forward. It's a cautious expansion. A block secured, a route stabilized, a watch post established, and then sometimes it's lost again.
There's also talk of targeted zones, that some areas are hit harder than others.
We've seen clustering. We've seen areas repeatedly disturbed. We have theories, heat signatures, vibration density, human activity patterns, but theories are not facts. We need more data. Data is hard to collect when stepping outside can kill you.
There's a rumor about a research facility studying a captured one.
I can't confirm details on air. I will say that attempts have been made to study biological material. There are ethical considerations, there are safety considerations, and there are severe limitations. These are not lab animals. Any attempt to capture comes with enormous risk. People want a victory narrative. I understand. Humans are built for stories. But the truth right now is endurance, adaptation, building safe zones, learning patterns, staying alive long enough to learn more.
We've got a caller. Male caller. I'm taking it. Caller, you're on Red Zone. Name and region.
Tom, Philly Relay Edge. And yeah, I'm listening through a borrowed radio. Doctor, with respect, are we winning? Is humanity winning this thing or not?
Tom, you're asking the question everyone asks.
Because I'm tired of endurance. I'm tired of adapting. I want to know if we're actually getting it back, or if we're just waiting to die slower.
That's honest. Doctor, answer him as straight as you can.
Tom, winning implies a defined opponent and a defined endpoint. We don't have that. What I can say is survival rates in organized safe zones have improved. Infrastructure is slowly returning in pockets. Communication networks are expanding. That suggests stabilization, but we cannot declare victory over something we don't fully understand.
So that's a no.
It's a not yet.
And what if not yet becomes never?
Then we still live anyway. That's a hard answer. I know, but it's the real one. You still eat. You still protect your people. You still build. You still love. Because you don't let fear decide what kind of human you are. I'm listening with my brother. He doesn't talk much anymore. He just stares. I want him to believe there's a point. There is a point. The point is you're still here with him. The point is you're asking. That means you still care. Tell your brother you're with him. You don't need a victory headline to hold his hand.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for calling, Tom. Stay safe in Philly. Those relay threads matter.
Red Zone out.
Doctor, thank you for your time. Any last words?
Yes. Don't confuse uncertainty with hopelessness. Science advances through uncertainty. Communities advance through persistence. Keep your protocols. Keep your curiosity. And keep each other alive.
Dr. Rashid, stay safe.
You too. Red Zone out.
Part 9 is next. Voices from the Dark. This is where we talk about the ones who stayed behind. The red zones. The places people don't go. And it's going to get complicated.
Moral Complexity Hour. The arguments people have when resources are limited. The choices nobody wants to own. That's next. 5:36. Red Zone Radio. Evening broadcast. Sun's dropping. Curfews in most zones are approaching within the next couple hours. That means tension rises. It always does.
Tonight's segment is about people outside the walls. The ones who stayed behind in red zones. Some stayed because they couldn't leave. Some stayed because they chose not to. Some stayed because the city is the only thing they've ever known.
There's a debate in every safe zone, whether people say it out loud or not. Should we help those outside? Or should we protect what we have? If you're listening, you already know this debate isn't abstract. It's dinner. It's medicine. It's guard shifts. It's whether your kid has antibiotics next week. We have radio contact with a survivor group living in a red zone pocket. Male contact. I'm taking it. Leo, you on?
I'm on. Signal's not great, but I'm here.
Leo, you're in Harlem, correct?
Harlem. 23 of us. We're not leaving our homes. This is our city, too.
People inside the safe zones are going to hear that and think you're suicidal.
People inside safe zones think anything outside a wall is suicide. That's what walls do. They make you forget the rest of the world exists.
Walls also keep people alive.
Yeah, I'm not saying walls are evil. I'm saying don't judge us like we're idiots. Some of us stayed because we had no place in the zones. Some zones turned people away. Some zones had rules that looked a lot like discrimination with a different name.
That's real.
We stayed because it's home. We know these streets. We know which buildings still hold. We know which rooftops connect. We've got our own watchers. We've got our own protocols. We move quiet. We keep lights low. We don't draw attention. And we survive.
What do you need from the zones, Leo?
We need respect. We need information. We need not to be treated like ghosts. Supplies help, sure, but I'm not naive. I know you've got limited resources. I'm calling because I want people to remember there are human beings still out here. Not everyone made it behind the barrier.
That matters.
We lost people too. We've got names too. And on days like today, it hits. Hard.
Are you seeing activity near your pocket?
Sometimes. More near the edges. More near the old routes. We stay away from the water. We stay away from open streets at night. We hear movement sometimes. We don't go looking. We just endure.
Any advice for someone who might be trapped in a red zone pocket listening right now?
Move quiet. Move fast when you have to. Don't carry metal that clanks. Don't light fires where you can be seen. Don't assume a clear street as safe. And don't let loneliness make you do stupid things. Loneliness kills as much as hunger.
That's wisdom.
And tell people in the zones, stop acting like you are the only ones who deserve life. We're all Americans. We're all in this.
I hear you. Leo, stay safe.
You too. Red Zone out.
That's a voice a lot of people don't want to hear, because it complicates the story.
Reality is complicated. That's the whole point.
We've also got a runner on the line who navigates dead zones regularly. Male voice.
Jenny takes it. Garcia, you there?
I'm here, and I don't have time to get poetic, so ask what you need.
People romanticize runners. Tell them what it actually is.
It's math. Routes, timing, silence, and luck. You move when the streets are empty. You use shadows. You don't stay in one place too long. You don't bring anything you can't drop fast. And you accept that sometimes the route changes without warning.
Dead zones.
Dead zones are not empty. They're just not ours anymore. You go in like a guest who knows they're not welcome. You don't slam doors. You don't make noise. You respect the territory.
Do you help people you find out there?
Depends. If I can. If it doesn't kill me. People hate that answer, but it's honest. I've carried kids. I've left grown men. I've done both, and I still hate myself.
That's the moral cost.
Yeah. You want a hero story, go read old comics. Real life is messy.
You were part of a rescue mission last month, correct?
Yeah. Collapsed building. Family trapped. We got a call through a weak relay. We went in because there were kids. I'm not proud of that being the reason, but it was. We pulled them out. Barely. Lost a guy doing it. Worth it? Ask his wife. Ask the kids we saved. Ask me on a night I can sleep.
Understood.
Here's what people need to hear. If you're outside the walls, don't move at dusk. Don't move when the sky changes color. Night is when mistakes become death. Plan your movement for daylight if you can, but don't get arrogant. Daylight doesn't mean safe. It just means you can see your own fear.
Thank you, Garcia. Stay alive out there.
That's the plan. Red Zone out.
We're going to take one more call. This one's coming in hot, and I can already tell it's about blame.
Male caller on line 3. I'm taking it. Caller, name and region.
Doesn't matter. You left people behind, safe in your walls while others...
I'm going to stop you right there. We're not doing anonymous rage without context. You want to speak? You give a name.
Fine, Rick. Brooklyn Edge. I was outside when the barriers went up. I was trying to get my mother, and your precious safe zone guards told me no, told me capacity, told me protocol, and she died out there.
Rick, I'm sorry. I am. But you're not going to pretend those choices were easy or clean.
Easy? I'm not calling it easy. I'm calling it evil.
You think the people inside those walls didn't lose anyone? You think the guards didn't go home and vomit from guilt? You think the leadership didn't sit up all night doing math with human lives? There were not enough beds, not enough food, not enough medicine, not enough walls. What would you have had them do? Open the gate and let everyone rush in until the whole zone collapsed?
Yes, because that's what humanity is.
Humanity is also keeping the children inside alive. Humanity is also making sure the clinic doesn't run out of antibiotics in a week. Humanity is also not turning a safe zone into a massacre because you couldn't bear the cruelty of limits.
You're saying my mother was a limit.
I'm saying the world became limited, and it broke all of us. And I'm saying I'm sorry you lost her. I'm saying I would carry that too. But don't you dare turn your grief into a weapon and pretend you're the only one bleeding.
You don't know what it's like.
I do. I do know. I've stood at barriers and watched people beg. I've watched guards look away because if they looked too long, they'd open the gate and doom everyone. I've watched mothers hand babies to strangers hoping the baby would be allowed in. I know what it's like.
Then why do you defend it?
Because I also know what happens when a zone collapses. I've seen it. I've seen the panic, the stampede, the noise, the intention. I've seen death spread because people wanted to be kind in a moment without a plan. Kindness without structure can become catastrophe.
So what am I supposed to do with my anger?
You put it somewhere it can build, not destroy. You volunteer. You help the missing persons network. You support runner routes. You join watchers. You become part of the wall that keeps someone else alive. That won't bring your mom back. Nothing will. But it will keep your grief from eating you.
I don't know if I can.
You can. Not all at once. One step, one shift, one day. That's how we all do it.
Okay. Red zone out. That was hard.
It's real.
Update on expansion efforts. Slow. Dangerous. Happening. Scouts have stabilized a few more blocks on the perimeter in some zones. Not huge, but real. And that's the balance. Help those outside when you can. Protect those inside always. And accept that there's no perfect answer.
Night is coming. Curfew is approaching. That's where Part 10 will live. At the edge of dark. But before that, we've got a short transition.
Year 2 begins as next. The closing hour. The promises people make. The commitments. The continuation of names.
And something else. Because I don't like the way the day feels right now.
We'll talk about that when we get there. 7:05. Red Zone Radio. Final hour of anniversary programming. Curfew approaches in most zones. Watchers are already doing rounds. If you're listening, start preparing to settle in. Check your doors. Check your lights. Check your supplies. Don't wait until the last minute.
Year 2 begins. Whether we're ready or not. That's the truth. The calendar doesn't ask permission. The sun doesn't stop setting because we're scared.
We're going to spend this hour doing 3 things. We're going to reflect on how far we've come in 365 days. We're going to hear from a few recurring voices. People you've heard today and people you've heard across the year. And we're going to keep reading names. Because the dead don't get left behind. Just because we move forward.
Also, announcement. The radio network expansion is real. Philadelphia contact is scheduled. And we are working to widen the web. That means more communities connecting. That means more warning capacity. That means the country becomes less isolated.
It's not a miracle, but it's a start.
Mike, we have a child caller. Female voice. That means you are taking it.
All right.
Caller.
You're on Red Zone. Name and zone.
Hi. My name is Emma. I'm in Queens with my mom.
She said I could call if I was brave.
Hi, Emma. You're already brave. What do you want to say?
I hope in year 2 we can go to the park again. Mommy says maybe someday. I remember the swings, and I want to go on the swings without being scared.
That's a good hope. A very good one.
And I hope we can have ice cream again. Like real ice cream, not the powdered stuff.
That's also a very good hope.
Mommy cries today. She tried not to. I told her it's okay. I told her we're still here.
Emma, tell your mom she's allowed to cry. And tell her she's doing a good job. You're a kid, but you sound like you understand more than a lot of adults.
I do.
I believe you. Emma, thank you for calling. Stay inside tonight. Stay close to your mom.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Emma. Red Zone out.
That one got me.
Me too.
Kids carry wisdom like it weighs nothing. Meanwhile, we carry it like bricks.
We're going to read more names now.
Do it.
Denise Harper, Atlanta. She organized the block into a food line. Denise Harper.
Omar Khalid, Cleveland. He kept the generator running until his hands bled. Omar Khalid.
Alyssa Grant, Sacramento. She taught children when schools were gone. Alyssa Grant.
Marcus's wife. He didn't give her name on air, but Marcus, if you're listening, we're holding space for her too. For everyone not named. For everyone lost without records.
Testimonials from recurring voices. We can't keep lines open long tonight. Power is strained, and watchers are asking stations to reduce transmission load as curfew nears, so we're doing quick check-ins.
We've got Marcus sending a brief message through relay earlier. We're reading it. He says, "We made it a year. Kids are sleeping early tonight. I told them Red Zone says keep the lights low. Thank you." That's Marcus.
That's community.
We've got Teresa's note too. Still alive, still stubborn, still moving careful. That's Teresa.
Diego's check-in says Queen's perimeter is calm right now. Calm. Not safe. Calm.
Calm is what makes people slip.
Mike, now's the part where we share commitments. Year 2 promises. Say yours. All right. My commitment is simple. I will keep broadcasting as long as there's breath in me and electricity in a wire. I will not let silence take over. I will not let the country become only whispers and fear. We talk. We warn. We remember. That's my role.
And your other commitment?
My other...
Don't make me drag it out of you. Your body is starting to show the stress. You don't sleep. You don't eat right. You act like being the voice means you can't be a human, too.
Fine. My other commitment is I'll accept help. I'll stop pretending I'm made of steel. I'll let people take care of me sometimes. I'll try.
Good.
Your turn.
My commitment is I'm going to keep doing the runs when they're necessary, but I'm going to stop doing them like I'm immortal. I'm going to tell you when I have close calls. I'm going to stop carrying that alone. And I'm going to keep going to therapy, even when I hate it, because I want to be present, not just alive.
That's a good promise.
And I'm going to keep fighting for the people outside the walls, not by pretending we can save everyone, by pushing for more relays, more info, more runner support, more missing persons work. We can't abandon the dark parts of the map like they're not ours.
Plans revealed for Reclamation Project. We're going to say only what we can responsibly say. There are small coordinated efforts to reclaim key routes between zones, not entire neighborhoods, not grand speeches. Key routes. That matters because routes equal medicine, food, and family reunification.
It's risky, it's slow, but it's happening.
Now, the names continue.
Keep going.
Jordan Ellis, Denver. He kept the radio tower running until it fell. Jordan Ellis.
Sophia Martinez, Houston. She shared water like it was prayer. Sophia Martinez.
Preston Lee, Boston. He stood watch every night and never complained. Preston Lee.
I can feel my throat tightening.
Take a breath.
I'm okay.
You don't have to be okay.
I know.
Jenny, you wanted to thank listeners.
Yeah, I do. Listen, I know we're just voices,
I know some of you have never seen our faces. Some of you might not even like us. Some of you might think we talk too much. But I want to say this anyway. Thank you for listening, for surviving, for being part of this community. You send names, you send warnings, you send hope stories, you send rage, you send grief, you send the truth, and it keeps us connected. We're not alone. We never were.
That's the heart of it.
My voice is cracking because I'm tired, because the year was long, because I still remember the bridge, because I still see faces in crowds, and then realize they're gone. But I'm still here, and so are you. That matters.
365 days ago, I didn't think we'd make it to day 2. I didn't. I thought the first night would swallow everything. And now here we are. Broken, changed, but here. That counts for something.
It counts for a lot.
We're coming close to curfew. If you're in a zone with an 8 p.m. lockdown, start shutting down now. Don't wait until the last minute. If you're outside a zone, find cover. Find silence. Find somewhere you can settle.
Mike.
What?
The power. It's not just flickering. It feels like the load is pulling.
I see the meter. It's dipping.
We might lose transmission right at sign-off.
Then we do this fast and clean.
I don't like the way the line has been acting today. Dead zones shifting, runners reporting silence, and now the grid strain.
We don't panic. We do protocol.
I'm not panicking. I'm noticing.
Noticing is good.
There's also, I don't know, the air feels wrong. Maybe it's just me.
If it's just you, we still take it seriously. If you're feeling that, listeners might be too.
Then say it.
All listeners, quick reminder. Tonight, follow protocols with extra discipline. Keep lights low. Avoid unnecessary movement. If you're near water routes, keep distance. If you hear watchers call a warning, listen. Don't argue. Don't hesitate.
If your radios start cutting or relays go quiet, treat that like smoke. Treat it like the first sign something is changing.
This is Red Zone Radio. We're signing off for curfew. Stay inside tonight. Stay safe. And remember, we made it 1 year. We'll make it another. We have to.
Mike?
What is it?
Someone on the watcher line just said they're seeing movement near the East River. Not confirmed, but they sounded like day 1 for a second.
All right. Everyone listening, that's not a panic announcement. That's a caution. If you're in any zone with an East River line of sight, step back from windows now. Lights out procedures now. Don't wait for confirmation.
And if you're outside, don't move toward the river. Move away, quietly, right now.
We're going off air to reduce strain and follow curfew protocols. Keep your radios low. Keep your people close. This is Red Zone. We'll speak again when it's safe.
Please be safe.
Red Zone out.